YouTube, Smooth the Trucker. Happy holidays, you guys. Giving you guys an update how things are going for V&G Optimum Freight, who has trucks leased onto FedEx ground. Things are going real good. They got your boy Smooth working as a trainer. I just finished training Ibrahim. He's doing a great job. He's out on his own now, driving with his own co-driver buddy, and they're killing it. They're making tons of money and doing super good. They got your boy Smooth on the dedicated route still, going from California to Chicago. They actually mixed it up during December, and it's going from California to Florida and then back to California. So it's a little bit higher miles and higher pay, but it's good during the holiday season. It's extra warm, and your boy Smooth could not be happier about that. This video today is going to be about why I love trucking and kind of just what got me into the trucking industry when I was younger. To answer that question, I have to go back all the way to the beginning, you guys. Before I graduated high school, I was a little troublemaker, getting in trouble. You know, your boy Smooth didn't know what I was really doing, and graduated high school, and I decided I wanted to go into the fire service, actually. So I spent about 2 years going through fire academy, taking all these fire science classes at the community college, and things were going well. I joined my first fire department called Grants Pass Fire Rescue. I have a couple pictures of it, and yeah, it was a great time, you know, being in the fire service. I learned a lot, went through Firefighter 1 Academy. It was a good time. But when it came down to it, you know, I always knew that it wasn't just really right for me. Being in the fire service, it takes a special person. You got to deal with a lot of traumatic stuff, and you kind of got to almost like sacrifice the way you think and think a different way. And for your boy Smooth, it was a good thing to try, but ultimately I knew I wasn't going to go down that path. Ended up moving back down to Southern California about, I think back when I was 21 years old, moved in with my grandfather, and I always had a swimming and water polo background. I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and I used those skills to become a lifeguard down in San Clemente State Beach. So I was a lifeguard down there. To this day, actually, your boy Smooth still gets in a couple days per summer so I can stay on the staff list and keep my perks of that job. You get to have free camping up the coast of California, so it's kind of nice. But yeah, that was a great job. I did that full time for 5 summers, and that was a blast. I loved swimming, and it was a really good time. I think it was my 3rd or 4th year, though. I realized that, you know, this job is fun, but you know, I got to find something that pays a little better. I always had goals of being able to support a family one day, you know, buy a house, and I had higher goals of what I knew the lifeguarding job would be able to provide for me. So it's a funny story. The reason how I actually got into the trucking industry was actually from YouTube, you guys. I didn't have, you know, a father or family members really that were in the trucking industry that talked me into doing it. I actually discovered the CDL semi-truck driving business through YouTube. Was my main source of education about that. I started watching videos about the Red Viking Trucker, Thomas the Trucker, Asian My Trucking Channel, a few other guys too. And yeah, it really was those guys that inspired me to, you know, give semi-truck driving a try and to get out there and start driving, to start my journey. So, you know, I didn't know if I was going to like it at first. I ended up going to American Truck Driving School down in Riverside, California. And I remember I graduated that school. I learned a lot of stuff from that school. And yeah, I got my CDL and started my first company with May Trucking. I was out for May Trucking for about 6 months. It was an over-the-road trucking company. And May Trucking was great. I was with my trainer for over a whole month. Usually they don't train people that long, but I was very fresh, very green, and I had 0 semi-truck driving experience. So they gave me really good training. And it wasn't really until I went off on my own and started driving solo as a solo driver for May Trucking that I really realized how much I love the trucking industry and just how special, you know, this business really is. And I remember my trainer, right before I went off on my own, you know, they said, basically, when we send you off on your own, you're either going to sink or swim. You're going to figure this business out real fast, or, you know, you're going to sink because, you know, you just don't have the proper skills to do the job. And sure enough, I started swimming. I started figuring out the job, and I ended up loving it, you guys. I think one of the biggest reasons why I love the trucking industry is honestly just the freedom. You don't realize how much freedom you have in this business. Trucking allows you so much freedom. You're able to drive wherever you want. And especially coming from the fire service. The fire service is a really great business. I don't want to knock it at all, but you have to be able to almost change the way you think and give away a lot of your freedoms, to be honest, for the job. You almost are sacrificing your whole life to change the way you think, and it's a hard way to explain it, but trucking is not like that at all. You can be yourself. You can still talk to people the way you want and be the person that God made you to be. And ultimately, it is absolutely amazing business. It's up to you how successful you want to be. You can make as much money as you want in this business. That's the cool thing. For this job, V&G Optimum Freight for FedEx Ground, we make anywhere between $80,000 to $100,000 per year, and you can make over $100,000 per year if you're willing to put in the work and to just constantly drive and do a super, super good job. When I first started this job, I was a hustler, you guys. I was working 6.5 days a week, maybe taking one day off, and I was actually burning out most of my co-drivers because nobody wanted to really drive that hard. A lot of people wanted to take 2 to 3 days off, spend the time with their family and their loved ones, which at the time I didn't realize how important that really was. But now that your boy Smooth understands that, I'm super blessed right now. I have an amazing girlfriend. Shout out to Alexa if you watch this video. I love you. And you realize that your family and the people that you love and you care about, you guys, are really important. So your boy Smooth, I'm on a great route right now, going from California to Chicago, California to Florida during December, and it's great pay, making anywhere between $75,000, $80,000 per year and get about 2.5, 3 days off per week. So it works out super, super good. But if you want to make more money than that, it's possible, you guys. You want to make 6 figures, you put yourself out there, you grind, you hustle, and make over $100,000 per year. And then you're not even capped at that. If you want to open up your own trucking fleet, like for example, it's a little bit higher stress. You'll be constantly making phone calls and dealing with drivers all the time, but opening up your own trucking fleet, hiring drivers, getting multiple trucks is a great way to increase your income even above that. You can make $250,000, $500,000 per year plus easily, if you're willing to put in that type of work and go down that route. So your boy Smooth, I might end up doing that in the future. I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely possible. And the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit in this business about how successful you want to be and how successful you want to become and how much money you want to make. You're not capped at a certain number. You can be as successful as you're willing to put in the work and how hard and how much you want to grind. And that's something that I love about the trucking industry, is how much freedom that gives you and just how much it inspires you and how much motivation it'll really give you too, you guys. You can be so motivated when you're out on the road. When I'm driving, I'm always listening to podcasts. I'm always expanding my education, especially in today's newer trucker generation. Now that we have smartphones, while we're driving, you can play podcasts off of YouTube. You can play, real estate podcasts, stock market investing podcasts, whatever you are interested in and whatever you want to learn. You have literally 11 hours per day of driving where you can just play these podcasts and listen and become educated. And the sky is the limit of how smart you want to become, how much money you want to make, and successful you want to be, you guys. And it really is a really hidden gem of a job, especially if you enjoy driving. Once you get that down, it is an absolute blast, and the sky is the absolute limit of how successful you want to become. It's all up to you, and everybody has a choice of how successful they want to be. And one of the things that's really cool, you get to see the whole entire country. The scenery is amazing out here. It's so beautiful. Going through the Colorado Rocky Mountains on the I-70 is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. This time of year is not really the best time to go through that way, but summertime when they got the waterfalls flowing and it's super beautiful and gorgeous, it's absolutely incredible. And whole country is amazing, you guys. It's super amazing. You have your trucker headset. You can talk to your loved ones on the phone whenever you want. It makes this job so convenient, and the sky is the limit how successful you want to be, you guys. It's up to you how much money you want to make, and if you guys give it a try, end up liking it, shout out to your boy Smooth, because I'm all about this business, and it's one of the many reasons why I love the trucking industry. Hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you guys are interested in a great job, great driving opportunity, my contractor is hiring. I'll put his description down below. You have to have your CDL and doubles endorsement. We're actually taking drivers with very few experience right now. The last person I've trained, Ibrahim, he only had 2 weeks of driving experience from Werner Trucking before he was able to get on with FedEx. So you have at least 2 weeks experience. That's the lowest amount I've seen come into this company so far. Actually, I heard you could have 0 experience if you went to an accredited, FedEx approved semi-truck driving CDL school. So I think that is Roadmasters, California truck driving school. There's a few more down below. Basically, if it's 360 hours of behind the wheel training, I believe, is what it makes it approved. But you can email my contractor or put a comment down below. I'll let you know if the school you're going to is a FedEx approved school. And hope to see you guys aboard soon. This is a great job, great driving opportunity. Team driving with a teammate. Out for 4 to 5 days, off two days off per week, and great money. $80,000 to $100,000 per year. Potential of making over 100 grand if you want to just constantly work and grind and make that money as much as possible. You guys, sky's the limit. How successful you want to be. I love you guys. Thank you for the support, and happy holidays, you guys. Until next video, Smooth the Trucker out for now. You.